numbers, most European countries are in a recession, which was not the case last year or 2 years ago or whatever, where you want to start counting. It doesn't matter whether it happened over a year or 6 months. It is happening. We're inside this process of, wait a minute, what is going on? And the normie, so to say, waking up. And that is a relatively recent phenomenon in Europe, as far as I can tell.
Fascinating. Okay.
Yeah. You know, we are liking our Belgium gold like beer, but real money is still very important.
Duvel.
Yeah, of course. Duvel. The best. Gabriel, Duvel, Gabriel, Duvel. Come. He's like a dog. He's attracted to Duvel, Gabriel. Yes. Yeah, but no, it's. I mean, you know.
So the Belgians know what time it is. They have a little bit of realism because they have a little bit of skin in the game. People that have less skin in the game are more about like, yeah, go get them, screw them. And when you read some of these interviews and you read some of these statements, you run into constantly people that seem like they are fully and totally just like what like mainlining the propaganda, where they're like, well, I mean, once Ukraine beats Russia and Russia loses the war, and then they have to sign these surrender terms and agreements, then of course we're going to be able to do whatever the heck we want with this funds. Like, that's kind of how they approach it, where it's like, whoa, what alternative reality are you living in? Even Donald Trump has started to wake up and go like, yeah, you know what, this is not going to go well. We should start thinking about winding this whole thing down. And then you look at these people, and it's like the General Jack Keynes or something. It's like they're still living in 2022, like second month of the war, something like this.
But thinking.
But I mean, real quick, Jack Keane is not a policymaker. He's a joke, and everyone knows that the Europeans are delusional and, for the most part, a joke. I mean, they're not relevant to the negotiations, and that's been made obvious since probably Alaska. It's between Russia, the United States, and some part of Ukraine, I guess, whatever.
Yeah, they're struggling to seem relevant about the.
No, they're not relevant. That's why they've been shut out of the process totally. That's why when they tried that additional revising of the 28 points, they got shot down and they got embarrassed.
And that's another thing that some European intellectuals are finally realizing, or finally publicly saying so. A famous German intellectual who used to be more or less mainstream is saying exactly this: the Europeans are not at the table. But the political class still pretends that Europe has something to say, that we're important. But that's only the political class. Even our famous public intellectuals are now realizing, oh shit, no, it's.
And then, I mean, think about it here. The United States media, they hate Trump, so of course they're going to push this, whatever von der Leyen says, because they always think that Europe's still against Trump, so they like Europe. So whatever these people say over there at the Brussels or wherever, they play it out. But here, and people that pay attention know. I mean, it's been pretty clear for a while. They're not at the table. I think the serious parties realized a long time ago they don't have anything serious to bring to the table, so there's no reason for them to be there unless you just want to muck up negotiations and have the war continue.
Which is what they want to do.
Yeah, well, you can do that by just not having them there and let the war continue too. So you can have that by not letting them there and just pull all your ISR. It'll wrap up.
Like Vladimir Putin.
I mean, they're not at the table. And like you said, or like Dory said, what those guys were saying, they're pretending they're still there and they're loud and they have media to project their, what they're claiming. And that's why it sounds like they have some kind of say or they have power still.
Yeah, but average European people are not watching these media anymore. They don't believe the politicians anymore. The politicians in power, those you see in the media. That's the thing. People don't believe the faces on TV, and people don't watch TV anymore. Of course, I'm not talking about your average 60-plus-year-old people, but still, the proportion of people who still believe your mainstream or public TV news is shrinking. And
would you say it shrunk during this war?
It's busy shrinking, and you need to understand two things, Bradley, and you're going to understand me directly in the first one. Money. What there's a normal person sensitive to is money, his own money. If you start to touch your money, you're going to be angry. Everybody. If I'm going to say to you, Bradley, you need to give me 5K, you're going to say, what? I'm going to say, you're going to steal you 5K. You're going to say, what? I'm going to be very angry for that because I am busy stealing you 5K. It's very sensitive for you. Losing 5K for you, for everybody, it's a hard thing to eat. Mm-hmm. The other thing with the propaganda that's happening in the Western Europe, it's became too stupid. And one word for it is calling Russophrenia. And I say that before. You first say to everybody that Russia has nothing anymore, that they're going to lose the war, they don't have money anymore. And suddenly now you're going to say, like Rutte said this week, in 5 years' time, Russia is going to invade us. They're going to be powerful enough to invade us in 5 years' time. But who are you busy laughing? Or people are so stupid to believe all that bullshit? No.
The Russians are the Schrodinger Slavs.
So suddenly, in 5 years' time, they're going to rebuild their army, they're going to be powerful, and they're still losing very badly in Ukraine, and they don't have rockets anymore. They need to use microchips for washing machines and shovels to fight.
But Mr. Lambo, you know that's an excuse, right? You know that that's bullshit.
I know, but people trapped in that in the beginning. And saying like, yeah, they're going to invade Ukraine in 2 weeks' time.
You have to you have to be really angry because that's how stupid they think you are. And also Dory, by the way. That's how stupid they think you are.
Just read comment section on politic news and any country. I don't care if they start to talk about Ukraine. How many people are falling in the trap of the propaganda? It's crazy.
Well, but
even a journalist went to Ukraine, did his interview in Belgium, and said, "You need to understand how bad it is that Russia is attacking a European capital, calling Kiev." I'm like, since when is Kiev European capital of a European country? Since when is Kiev European more than Eurosong Vision Festival? Since when is Kiev European? What are you busy saying, my dudes? You know what I mean? Why are you saying that Kiev is the European capital of
those guys are practically Mongols.
It's fucking nuts. And they're saying that on the television. France has the best on LCE. The biggest bullshit panels you're going to hear about propaganda is on LCE in France. Fucking disgusting. Oh, they're lying. They're saying everything that Ukrainians say on Telegram, all that shit.
France, there's a current thing in France. So somewhere in roughly southern France, a farmer, a cow farmer, he had to kill 200 plus of his cows because one was infected, and EU laws say he has to kill the whole herd. The whole herd. But the thing is, this particular disease is A, not dangerous for humans, B, could be dealt with just by isolating the sick cow and then wait, just
wait for it to get better.
I mean,
quarantine, like you said, you separate the sick cow.
Yes, quarantine. That's the word I was looking for. The thing is now, a whole movement started so the farmer refused. Then they had to send police. Then there was a movement, protesters trying to block the police from getting in. Then they sent more police, Lambo, the CRS, which are not normal police.
Like the police.
Riot gear guys and so on.
Yeah.
And I'm not 100% sure, but I think in the end now the poor cattle got killed, and the poor farmer has to start from zero. He will get money, but money does not replace his living animals he's been caring for years and so on. And this triggered a new awakening of the farmers in France, which are already pissed off, have been pissed off for years, have already mobilized against the government several times.
Oh, yeah.
So the tractors on Paris and the tractors to Élysée might see a revival, but this time more non-farmer kind of organizations joined. So maybe it's already over. Maybe it was just another flash in the pan, but it looked different from your typical farmers' revolt. It looked like the beginning of something bigger. And of course, the anti-EU, anti-Macron parties and political movements, they were all on the side of the farmers.
Oh, yeah.
And some of the media were trying to defend the government, but then again, you have the whole alternative media space, French-speaking, they were all making fun of the mainstream media, making fun of the government, who says, "Ooh, these cows are so dangerous. That's why we need to send hundreds of riot police to kill a few cows." But at the same time, in dangerous areas around Paris, where you have basically drug dealers controlling the areas, you can't send these same riot police.
No, they're afraid to go inside.
These double standards are slowly making people crazy in France and in other places too.
And there is the thing with these farmers in France, and I tried to say that to RL, but they didn't want to understand that one. Farmers in France are a special breed. I mean by that, these are really hardcore, busy with their jobs. And France is like they're doing competition to have the best cheese, to have the best cow breed. They are also patriotic to their job. What do we call that? They are like really, these are proud boys, and these are not big farmers. These are like say 200 cows is like already a big almost a big farmer in Belgium, and in France is actually pretty small. And these farmers are making their life in it to make the best type of cow, for the best type of meat, for the best type of milk, for the best type of cheese. You're competing against each other in that.
You're saying these cows are an emotional investment for the farmers as well.
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely.
100%. These guys are living old school, using the old tactics to grow these cows. It's crazy. You go to every town in France is like in Belgium. Every town in Belgium have its own beers.
Don't mess with the cheese. Whatever you do, don't mess with the cheese.
No, I mean, I've had cows, so I understand that cows are a very intelligent animal and how cow can be like part of the family. But I've never had 200 cows, and I can't imagine taking that kind of care, that kind of extreme care of 200 cows.
200 or 150 or whatever. If one is sick, you don't kill the whole herd.
Well, that goes without saying.
Can you declare them as the emotional support pets so that you don't have to kill them?
It's not US.
I don't know, man. Cows are pretty damn smart. Think about, have you ever seen a cow? It's a massive ass head. That's a huge amount of brain matter that fits into that thing. It's like I don't know what all that brain matter is doing, but those are some smart animals, I guarantee it.
And it says,
it's like 3 or 4 heads, and when you open the head up, the brain is like this size. It's like bigger than a human brain.
Yeah.
So they should be smarter than us, right? In a sense.
No. Because it's an issue of neural density. Like that's why you have tiny birds. They're super smart. Like the crow has a brain the size of a walnut, smaller than a walnut. It's like a hazelnut, the crow, but it's super smart because the neural density is different. And you also have the issue of the body to brain ratio, which is another thing to consider. Like the ant, for example, it has the largest body to brain ratio, and the ants are extremely smart. They can recognize themselves in the mirror. They can see themselves and recognize.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah. I don't know, dude. I'm just saying, as I've just from personal experience, there's a wide variety, there's a wide variation in behavior of cows, and sometimes cows are really, really smart, like really emotionally in tune. Like for example, being able to understand that you are feeling it's like some kind of deep emotional trauma, even if other people can't tell. Cows can do certain things like that.
They just don't want you to eat them. That's why they cry and shit. They want you to get all sad, not eat them.
I don't know. Or like, for example, my sibling is a saxophonist. So if when he would take his saxophone out, there was one cow that was like, "Oh my god, it's the saxophone!" It would stop whatever it was doing, come on over, and then just observe the saxophone like constantly from every angle. It would like walk around and try to get at it from this angle, walk around, try to get at it from this. Like, what the hell is this thing? So I mean, there's a lot of
the cow would stop its work on calculus and go.
Yeah, right. The cow would stop mid chewing. It was just like.
Yeah, but I can give you more information about that disease that this cows had. It's called LSD. It's not the drugs. It's not LSD, the drugs. It's calling lumpy skin disease. It's a highly contagious bovine disease which transmitted mainly by fly bites. The symptoms are fever, mucal discharge, and nodulus on the skin. So mainly non-fatal. It's non-fatal, but it can badly affect milk production, and the cows are unusable because of that.
You say fatal.
It's not even life-threatening for humans, so it's actually bullshit why you're killing these cows. Yeah, it's not like how do you call that? The disease that the birds and chickens have.
Bird flu or something.
Bird flu, something like very bad thing.
That mad cow disease.
The argument of the EU rule is if you don't treat this harshly, if you don't kill all the whole herd, then later down between two European countries, let's say Italy wouldn't trust any imports from France anymore if they didn't do it. That's the official argument. But
for that disease is
bullshit. The point is, it's not a medical or scientific argument. It's a legal, commercial law, commercial issues argument. That's the worst part. They're not only ignoring the farmer's perspective, they're even ignoring the veterinarian's perspective. It's a purely commercial law thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you'll have this like government bodies step in and they get really paranoid. Part of it is, a concern that what if the virus or disease or whatever kid learns to jump from the thing to a human, or it learns to, adapts and in such a way that that was not predictable. So like they'll go ham bone like this sometimes where it doesn't seem to make sense.
But those arguments, their logical conclusion is to exterminate life on Earth. Because the viral charge, or the biomass of microbes on every single individual is massive, and at any moment, any one of those specimens can mutate into a life-threatening disease, and so on and so forth. It's ridiculous. It's super ridiculous. It makes no sense. To any understanding of like biology or medicine for that matter.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a biologist, but that's kind of the version that I've been led to understand. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that there was also this outcry when there were these ostriches that were being executed in Canada. A similar thing where there was this Save Our Ostriches like campaign, and it went like viral on the internet, and up to the point where they were like already preparing the area where they were going to cull the ostriches, and they was still like getting live updates. So like that's where they're going to go cull them. And the ostriches did get killed, but it caused massive public outcry. And the last time the Europeans were all upset about their farming situation, we remember that there were all those protests. So that could still be under the, like Dory was saying, could still be under the surface.
Yeah.
Are we done with Europe and cows?
I just want to add one more about the saxophone, right? There is a lot of videos of those cows enjoying music, right? There are play music to the cows, and all the cows will just come over and then they will just listen to the music. A lot of viral videos on that. It's really interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've not seen those videos, but I've seen that happen in real life.
Producing more milk when they listen to Mozart.
The premium Wagyu meat, like level 12 and stuff like that. They have like music played for them, and they massage. So like if you want the premium, best, highest quality meat, you sort of give that type of treatment to cows. That's like
the most expensive piece of beef is Japanese. I think the meat is Japanese, and these cows are like they're getting manicure, they're getting everything to be treated as best as possible, and it's affected the quality of the meat very hard. So it makes it very expensive. Wyatt, did you eat baby?
We need to make the cows listen to DPA open mic, like non-stop, like
geopolitical cows,
and they just listen.
No, Dracula's
and then we're gonna eat it. We're gonna eat it.
Wyatt, if you're going to make it listen to Dracula's music, they're going to turn to vampires.
No, he's gonna listen to Wayne's advice, about the world.
Oh yeah. These are going to become very, very educated geopolitical cows.
The meat is going to taste really bad.
Ew, this meat tastes like old boomer and their stupid opinions. How did this happen? Oh, it's been listening to Wayne.
Okay, sorry, Dory. We should change topic. No, sorry.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, Wyatt, about Thailand and Cambodia. What exactly is going on, and how is it even possible that within ASEAN you have this nonsense going on? What are the other ASEAN members saying? Are they just keeping quiet, or are they trying to do anything? What's going on? Usually, Myanmar is the problem child, not Thailand and Cambodia.
So most of the countries are keeping quiet. Malaysia is trying to return to do peace negotiation to bring them together, but I don't think it's going to work because I think Thailand has had enough, and then they're really going to go for it. But I feel they're a bit half. Like I think the solution to the war, like they don't have a clear political solution to this war. So I think it's going to be like a very ill-fated war for Thailand. So the official the official reasons is that from the Thai side is the Cambodians has been returning and encroaching back into the Thai territory, and they're planting landmines again, and people died. There's at least one soldier died, and due to the landmines and others injured. And there's claims of shelling. Then after that, the Thai side just decided had enough, and they just went for it. And this is very interesting timing because we are now in the middle of the Southeast Asia Games. So we have a SEA Games, which is like the Olympics but for Southeast Asia. So that is currently ongoing in Thailand. And then at the same time, in the middle of the war, like 3 days into it, suddenly Thailand decided that suddenly we feel like we need to have an election. So then they call for election. So it's like
everything at once. Like, why don't you like also do some space travel and decide to build? I don't know, like what's wrong with Thailand?
So Cambodia is pretending to be innocent. Like Cambodia is like, oh, what the hell happened? I'm innocent, It's like, what the fuck? Why they attacked us? No, that's Cambodian position. So, but in reality, I think the war is much deeper than that. I spent a bit on my point in the beginning of the open mic, but I repeat again. So I think it's much deeper than that. I think it's a geopolitical battle. Like there is a heavy geopolitical aspect into it. Cambodia is deeply now under the influence of China. And China have dumped a lot of money into Cambodia. They have invested in it. They have a naval base somewhat in Cambodia as well. And there is a lot of Chinese investment into Cambodia. So they built a lot of casino. A lot of China people go to Cambodia to to gamble, to play women, to have their holidays. And Cambodia also become a scam center. So a lot of the scam call centers are now in Cambodia. I think they probably is the number one country for it right now in the region. The other one is like northern Thailand, near to the border with Myanmar and inside of Myanmar. But Myanmar is a different thing because it's a civil war. So the government in Myanmar don't really have full control over the country, and these are border regions which the government don't have control. So but then and the Thai actually recently, a month, I think half a year to 1 year ago, they just attacked one of the Myanmar scam centers, and then a lot of they rescue their own Thai citizens and this kind of thing. So that was another big drama. So, but the Cambodian one seems to be government sanctioned. So from I don't know, I talked to who or watched something. So the understanding is that a lot of the scam centers, the Cambodians who work there are actually using it as full employment. Like they voluntarily work in it because they can earn 1 year salary in 1 month. So it's very good money for them. But then scams, you need people who can speak your language and your accent. So a lot of people actually got kidnapped from overseas, and then they are slave workers in these kind of scam centers. So for example, even China citizens got scammed. Like there is a very famous news where the girlfriend or boyfriend traveled to Cambodia for holidays, then the girl disappeared and the guy got kidnapped, and then he became a slave, and then I think he got rescued. One of them got rescued. There's another story that one died. There's a lot of people who answer jobs, in Thailand or Cambodia, they just disappear. So this scam issue is another problem. But the Cambodians have a lot of this.
Call center scams is famous. Serious business.
If you speak to the Vietnamese, there are Vietnamese people who say the same thing as well. They say that there are scam centers in Cambodia calling Vietnamese people. So the Vietnamese are very pissed off, but they cannot do anything about it. Someone in the chat say that I'm making up tales. It's true. Just go and research.
So you're talking about
internet, Google, talk to AI.
The scam center is a big issue for all the Asian countries. So only Taiwan, only ROC, they have hundreds of citizens who disappeared on a Thailand holiday or something, and then most of them end up in Myanmar or possibly Cambodian scam centers. The scam centers is a big issue. Whether they are sanctioned or not, whether they started out harmless and became more criminal, that's a different story. But it is a huge issue. We're talking about billions of dollars per year. And interestingly, the Chinese government is also super pissed off at these places. And in September, October, I forgot. A few months ago, one of these families running scam centers in Myanmar was caught by the Chinese police, secret police, whatever, sent to mainland China, tried in court, few death sentences, and the others got life imprisonment or huge sentences.
That's good.
So even China is pissed off at this.
So David King don't even know how to use the internet. Don't be lazy. You can just Google.
But
this full of this news.
One more thing.
I was thinking it was an only Indian thing, really.
You see, I'm still scrolling. There's endless amount of this.
Pig butchering scams. You're going to find results if you search for pig butchering scam.
Yeah, pig butchering is one of those slang expressions, but it's bigger than that. It's several countries, so it's not only Cambodia and Myanmar. There's other countries.
The focus is in Thailand. Yeah, the set is there is all these scams all around the place, but the focus a lot is in the Myanmar, bordering Thailand, and then northern Thailand maybe some. There some is inside of Thailand, and then Cambodia is one of them. These are the main hotspots. So at least for the region, and Laos, yes, and Laos, because Laos is also under Chinese influence right now. Laos is going to be the next Cambodia. So
one more thing. What about internal Thai politics? There's something weird going on there too.
Yes. But I think because generally it's still more or less always the same historical thing. You have the rural people supporting one side, one political faction, and then you have the city folks supporting the other side. So if you go to a general election, the rural supported, which is the red shirts. Traditionally, they are the red shirts. The red shirts are the rural people. They will support their political party will win, and then there will be a revolt, and then the military will come in, and then they will install the yellow shirt, which is the city folks leaders, and then after that you have this so then you have an election, and then the red shirt one will come back. The military will cool them, and then the yellow shirt will come back. It's like this is a cycle in Thailand, generally speaking. So we have more or less the same thing right now. So the female prime minister in Thailand that just got removed, that is the red shirt leader. So now there's election again. So like maybe it's gonna be the red shirt one again. But the main thing is that the military is the one that is now having the power since the past 10 years, because of the last military coup was very effective. So the military still have the main power, and I think they wanted a war right now, I guess, maybe. I'm not sure. So there is definitely some of these political issues in Thailand. Yeah, there is currently murking the waters as well. And the main problem with the war is that there is no political solution to the conflict. You cannot start a war with no political solution. And if the statement comes out is that we're going to destroy Cambodia's military, how are you going to do that? You're going to conquer the whole country in order to do that. But you look at the conflict right now, they didn't really go deep. It's not a full-fledged war. And if that's the case, then what will happen is that you are just going to create a generation of Cambodians that is going to be to have hatred for Thais. Then that means Southeast Asia politics or geopolitics is going to fracture, and it's going to be difficult to repair. So this is a big problem, and this is something that China is very happy to have, because ASEAN unity is a problem for China. They need ASEAN to break up. So and we already seen this problem years ago, when for the first time in ASEAN history we are unable to come up with a collective statement, because Cambodia and Laos was refused to sign it. So because of South China Sea, because we want to put out a statement about South China Sea should remain like an open waters for international water, and I think they blocked it. So yeah, so like I said, it's a geopolitical issues, and they are striking a lot of the casinos, because the casinos are where Cambodia earn a lot of money, all this gambling money and everything. Yeah, so I think that's why they are hitting it. And I think an important thing is that the casinos are next to Thailand. There's a reason why it's next to Thailand. It's to draw Thai tourists in. So Thai money is also getting siphoned into Cambodia. So we don't know where the money goes after they spend it in casino or women. Maybe it goes back to China. Maybe it goes to the oligarchs or the leadership. Who knows? So we don't know what's the current what's the undercurrent behind that. So. And just now someone in the chat asked, am I saying that don't go to Cambodia? No, you can go to Cambodia for holidays. Not now. Now it's war, but in peacetime, yeah, you can go to Cambodia. Very cheap food. You have casinos. You have if you are into sex tourism,
if you go to if you have a holiday in Cambodia, don't forget to.
You
can have a harem. You can have I don't know.
I was willing to say, because it need to be funny to have like a big war between Thailand and Cambodia, because after a while they're going to need more soldiers. So you're going to have a front line full of ladyboys on the Thai side. Very funny.
Ladyboys is a very small population in Thailand.
It's very small.
It's like a dispute between two whorehouses, basically. Like the two neighbors.
Could be Thailand could be just pissed off that all the tourists, instead of going to Thailand, go to Cambodia. No, maybe that's the reason of the war.
All the prostitutes in Thailand are angry at Cambodia because they're stealing all their johns.
So if you want clean family fun with beautiful scenery, with to look at the ocean, the mountains and jungles and the forests, you can go to Vietnam. But if you want the vices, you go to Cambodia. Nobody goes to Thailand anymore. People used to go to Thailand for both. So
Interesting theory.
But the thing is, Thailand is suffering economically. The tourism number has not recovered since COVID. So they increase. Of course, there has a rebound, but it never reached the height before COVID, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, but that is because the woke, Wyatt. Because during the COVID, a lot of lady boys started to grow in Europe and United States. You don't need to go to Thailand anymore to see them.
It's due to inflation.
Why.
The reason is actually inflation because people calculated and realized that it's cheaper to go to Vietnam. So that's the main reason. And Vietnam is a lot more family friendly, generally speaking. So, a lot of people chose to, instead of going to Thailand, go to Vietnam.
Communism, see, traditional values, family structure. If you get a whore, you know that it's a woman. You don't get surprises.
No, you must know where to find it. They still exist in Vietnam. You just need to know where.
No, that's the thing.
Those are not real communists. Those whores are what we call them. Those prostitutes are the bourgeois.
No one are real communists. Come on, there's no real communists in this world. It's all bullshit.
Real communism. Real communism,
no real
is like
capitalism
free market, is that which exists. Okay, so like the real thing isn't the pure ideology, detached from the vices of the worldly
it's
affairs.
Actually what it is.
the real ideology is when it's applied. So until it's applied, it's just an idea. It's in the air. And so, like, there's never been such a thing as a free market. But what is the free market is those nations that call themselves free market nations and that apply it in so far as they do. But there's always restrictions. There's always some level of protectionism. There's always some control, because if not, it's just anarchy. And so this idea that true capitalism has never been tried before. No, there's an existing capitalism. There's an existing communism, and it's what you see as it is. That's what is achieved.
All I want to say is that when people say like communism has never been tried, the idea that communism is a fixed thing and that it doesn't evolve, I think both capitalism and like the Marxist inspired communism both evolve over time and fundamentally change their own rules. So I mean,
yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. There's the real existing idea, like how it actually exists, and then there's like this nebulous idea, the pure Platonic ideal of the ideology, which doesn't exist. So you have the real thing, the existing communism, existing capitalism, and so on and so forth.